Welcome everyone, I've gone back to Arkham Horror and with the release of the Innsmouth Conspiracy set. This is going to be an unboxing video. This is the latest expansion from Fantasy Flight's Arkham Horror, the card game. I'm looking forward to this. Not only does it have new investigators, new scenarios, it has new tokens. I think the blessed tokens and cursed tokens are pretty cool. Give me some new cards, new investigators, new enemies, so this should be pretty cool. Fans of the Lovecraft games will know Innsmouth is a location that's been plagued by strange townsfolk and something to do with the sea as well. Creatures from the sea coming aboard. The scenario in Manchester Madness, so the Innsmouth scenario where you're trying to escape from Innsmouth while a mob tries to chase you down. So all in all, quite fun. Okay, so let's open this up and take a look inside. Okay. Gate out. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we got. Instructions. So we have the campaign guide. So each set comes with a campaign guide. It gives you a guide to the scenario, different resolutions depending on what you do and the choices you make. We also have key tokens down here, which are pretty cool. That's a new thing for Arkham Horror. Key tokens. Unknown keys is pretty cool. So these represent important objects, information claimed during the scenario. Little quote for H.P. Lovecraft there. It's pretty cool. So I don't want to read this too much because it might spoil things for you. If you want to pause the video, you might see things too much. We have encounter sets on the back. We have Agents of Dagon, Creatures of the Deep, Fog over Innsmouth, Rising Tide. I can't say it's Syzygy, Pit of Despair, Agents of Hydra. Might play Marvel Champions here or Arkham Horror. Flooded Caverns, Malfunction, Shattered Memories, The Locals, and The Vanishing of Alina Harper. That's pretty cool. So, Agents of Dagon is one of the popular Lovecraftian tales. Creatures of the Deep speaks for itself. I'm pretty sure this is one of the ancient ones. It's also in Eldritch Horror. It's more like a force of nature than an ancient one. It's pretty cool. They all sound quite creepy and scary, apart from Malfunction, just sounds like an error. Okay, we have the tokens here. So we have some key tokens. We have some. These I assume are the blessed and cursed tokens. I'm not sure. I'll look at how these work in a second. But I'm assuming you put this into the chaos bag when you're drawing your chaos token out, and they help you out. There's the keys in the back there as well. So I'm assuming they go face down, and you flip it over to reveal what colour key you have on the other side. So in addition to the keys, which are placed face down and flip over, we have flood tokens that can be unflooded, partially flooded, or fully flooded. No effects in the game, but certain card effects may change and become stronger while you're at flooded locations. As you can see there, partially flooded and fully flooded. We also have the blessed and cursed tokens. So this is when you draw these, you reveal another token. And then instead of sending it back to the bag, you send it to the token pool. So you add these to the bag temporarily. If you pull one out, a blessed one, it adds +2, reveal another token. If you pull out a cursed one, it adds -2, reveal another token. So they aren't a standalone token, they just add or minus to the original token value. So let's look at the investigators. We've got 5 new investigators to choose from. We have Sister Mary, the nun. She's a guardian class. She has 4 willpower, 2 intellect, 3 combat, and 3 agility. She's a believer, blessed keywords, 5 health, 9 sanity. During setup, add 2 blessed tokens to the chaos bag. That's pretty cool. When the round ends, add 1 blessed token to the chaos bag, and the effect for that token is +1 if you succeed, add a token to the chaos bag. So she's got a lot of blessed. Being a nun, I suppose it makes sense. Being a nun, just a lot of blessed tokens. That's pretty cool. They seem pretty fun to play with, the blessed tokens. Guardian cards level 0 to 5, neutral cards level 0 to 5, and Mystic cards level 0 to 2. And she has Guardian Angel, Crisis of Faith, and a bit random weakness. Okay, on to Amanda Sharp, the student. She is a Seeker class with 2 stats all round. So it's kind of average, but it's still quite low all over. 7 health, 7 sanity. That's quite a good stats. She's Miskatonic, she's a scholar. Start the investigation phase, draw 1 card, discard the card beneath Amanda Sharp. Choose a card from your hand and place it beneath her. Start the skill test you're performing, put this card beneath Amanda Sharp, if able. Don't discard it when the test ends. Okay. And effect +0. First test, you may double the number of skill icons on the card beneath Amanda Sharp. Okay, so you can basically start investigation phase. You can draw a card and put it underneath Amanda Sharp. And then when you do a skill test, you can use a card underneath Amanda Sharp for the test. So you basically draw cards, put under Amanda Sharp, save them for tests, and use them later. That's a pretty handy idea. Sticker cards 0 to 5, neutral 0 to 5, practice skill levels 0 to 3. Okay, and she has obscure studies, whispers from the deep, and a basic weakness. Next up is Trish Scarborough, the spy. She is a rogue class, and she has 2 willpower, 4 intellect, 2 combat, and 4 agility. I like these stats. I like to be able to get clues easy and run off easy. That's what I like to do. 8 health, 6 sanity, not too bad. So she's an agency detective. When you discover one or more clues at a location with an enemy, you discover an additional clue at a location or automatically evade that enemy once per round. Wow, that's a really good skill. So you can either gain additional clue with an enemy there, or you can automatically evade the enemy. That's really handy. With some enemies with really high evade skills, just passing the. I mean, she's got 4 for the intellect, so getting clues isn't too bad. That's a really good skill. This effect is +2. If this is investigation, you may choose any other location you are now investigating as if you were that location instead. Wow, that's a pretty. She seems pretty good. I kind of want to try her actually now. I've changed my mind. I like this. I like the idea of this guy or this woman. Sorry. Rogue cards 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, seeker cards level 0 to 2. She has In the Shadows and Shadow Agents. On to Dexter Drake, the magician, who is a mystic. Okay, so he has 5-2, 3-2. He has a lot of willpower. Sorcerer, veteran, 6 health, 8 sanity. During your turn, discard an asset you control. Play an asset of a different title from your hand, reducing its cost by 1. That's pretty good if you've got something you don't use anymore. Maybe you've got a flashlight or something, you've 1 charge left, and you think, I don't need this anymore, I've got the clues I need. Get rid of that, play something else for 1 less. And his bottom effect is, you may return an asset from your play area to your hand and draw 1 card. That is a pretty good idea. You can basically, if you run out of charges, or you get to 1 charge, return it to your hand, play it again, and draw a card. It's pretty handy. He has Mystic cards 0 to 5, Rogue cards 0 to 2, Neutral cards 0 to 5. And his requirements are Showmanship and Occult Scraps. And lastly, we have the old sailor, Silas Marsh. He's a drifter. He has 2 willpower, 2 intellect, 4 combat, 4 evade, so he's just based about 5 and running. 9 health, that's a lot, and 5 sanity, that's not that high. After this is a drifter. After you reveal a chaos token during a skill test you're performing, return a skill you committed to this test to your hand. That's pretty good. I like that. So basically, you can commit a skill, you can commit a card, help for a skill test, and then return it to your hand once per round, but still it's pretty good. And his other effect is you may commit a skill from your discard pile to this test. After this test ends, return that skill to your hand instead of discarding it. So that is so basically he's got some really good ways of getting cards back and doing skill tests. He has Survivor cards 0 to 5, Neutral cards 0 to 5, Innate skills 0 to 2, and he has the Sea Change Harpoon and Sailor's Net and Siren's Call and 1 basic weakness. Okay, so that's the 5 investigators. Silas Marsh, Dexter Drake, Trish Scarborough, Amanda Sharp, and Sister Mary. They all seem really cool. I don't know who I want to play at first. I'm kind of torn between a few. So let's look at the. Also, we've got the little player cards, the mini cards, which you use for the locations. Let's check out the player cards next. So I assume this is Sister Mary, Guardian Angel. I won't go through the encounter deck cards too in detail because you're going to ruin it for yourself with them. But we'll just look at these so far for now. Have a quick look at them later. So. This is his signature card, Guardian Angel. Has 3 health. It's a ally, ritual blessed. May only be assigned damage dealt to other investigators at your location and collecting locations. And any amount of damage assigned to the Guardian Angel add that many blessed tokens to the Chaos bag. So she is going to have a lot of blessed tokens, basically, Sister Mary is. This is her treachery, crisis of faith. For each blessed token in the Chaos bag, you must either replace it with a cursed token or take 1 horror. That's going to hit you back hard. Okay, this is from Amanda Sharp, the Obscure Studies. These are signature cards, by the way, and weaknesses. Fast, play only initiate a skill test. Return the card beneath Amanda Sharp to your hand and place Obscure Studies beneath here. So that's good, you can bounce that back and forth, that's pretty fun. This is from the Deep. Oh, okay, this is a curse, so The skill icons subtract from your skill value instead of adding to it. Okay. When choosing your card to place with Commander Sharp, it whispers from the deepest in your hand, you must choose it. Okay, that's pretty annoying. So basically, if you get this card in your hand and you do that ability, it's got to go there, and it's going to eventually just take points off your skill test. This is for Trish. This is In the Shadows. It's a lot of symbols. Play after only your turn begins. Disengage from each enemy engaged with you. Until the end of the round, enemies cannot engage you and you cannot deal damage to enemies. That's pretty good for 0. Basically just running away from enemies. That's a really good card. I like the idea of her running off enemies and evading enemies. I always find it more fun to focus on the quest at hand. Shadow Agents, this is a weakness, an enemy. 3 attack, 3 health, 5 evade cost. Hunter, for Trish only. When it's engaged with you, you can discover clues, set when investigating. After it's evaded, discard it. Okay, so you evade it, you can discard it, but it's got 5 evades, it's quite a lot. Dexter's cards here, so it's an asset for 1. After an asset enters play under your control, until the end of the round, you get +2 to each of your skills and resolving a trade ability on that asset. So that's pretty handy. I like the idea of that. Here's a weakness, is occult scraps. Can't be played using a play action. While it is in your hand, you get -2 to the willpower. While it's in play, you get -1 to your willpower. Oh, okay, so you can't play it, it just sits in, so it sits in your hand or sits on the playing area. That's pretty annoying. That's something different. Okay, so this is well, as you can tell, obviously, this is going to be the Sailor's Harpoon. It's an asset for 3, it's an item, weapon, melee. Fight, you get +1 for this attack. If you committed more than 1 skill to skill test, this attack deals +1 damage. When the skill test ends, you may return Sea Change Harpoon to your hand to return all of your fitted skills to your hand instead of discarding them. So, if you've got a lot of resources with this guy, you basically just play this, commit skills, return to your hand. That's really good. And also, you get his net too. So, it's an asset for 2, an item, a tool. You get +1 for evade for this evasion attempt. If you succeed in commit 1 or more skills, evade another enemy engaged with you. When the skill test ends, you may return the starting net to your hand. So similar to that, but for evading. See, he seems pretty cool so far. So I don't know who to choose. I really don't know who to pick. I'll actually play with 2 when I played. His weakness is a Siren's Call. I like the artwork there. It's pretty smart. Put a Siren's Call into play in your threat area. As an additional cost to commit 1 or more cards to a skill test, you must pay 1 resource for each master skill icon those cards have. And for 2 actions, you can discard Siren's Call. Okay, it's pretty annoying. So that's the signature cards out of the way. So these are going to be the individual assets, the individual cards for each asset. Okay, so starting with the Guardian cards, we have 2 Book of Psalms. Is that right? Asset 3 uses 4 secrets. Spend a secret, heal 1 horror investigation location, and add 2 blessed tokens to the Chaos bag. Okay. So there's a lot to do with the blessed tokens in this set. I quite like that. We have the Blessed Blade. I'm assuming this is going to be good for the Sister Mary. Okay, this is a item, weapon, melee, blessed. If it's ready, fight, you get +1 for this attack. If a blessed token or that token is revealed during this attack, it does +1 damage. Before revealing a chaos token for this attack, you may exhaust Blessed Blade to add 1 blessed token to the chaos bag. So you can do a lot of successes with the blessed tokens. If you know what you're doing with the blessed tokens and you play your cards right and you're quite lucky, the blessed tokens can really pay off for you. But at the same time, the curse tokens can suck at the same time. So we have Rite of Sanctification. This is a asset for 0, Ritual Blessed. Seal up to 5 blessed tokens. So seal, let's just check what seal means. So additional cost to a card of seal keyword to enter play. Its controller must search the chaos bag for a specified chaos token and place it on top of the card, thereby sealing the token. If there's a choice which token to seal, the card's controller chooses. If the token is not in the chaos bag, the card cannot enter play. Okay, so you seal from the chaos bag onto this. So when the seal keyword means you basically take the suggested tokens out of this chaos bag and place it on there to seal them tokens onto the card itself. If it has no seal tokens discarded, investigate at your location and plays a card, exhaust Rite of Sanctification and release a chaos token sealed on it. So reduce the cost of that card by 2. So when you release a token, does it go back into the bag? Yeah, it returns to the bag and no longer sealed. Okay, so that's pretty handy. I mean, I suppose if some cards can seal the minus tokens, that'd be really good. And lastly, we have Hand of Fate. This is a spell for 3, blessed. It has fast, play when enemy attacks, investigate your location, cancel that attack, and then add blessed tokens to the chaos bag equal to the attacking enemy's total combined damage and horror value. Wow, that's a lot of blessed tokens, and you're going to get a lot of boosts from that for the skills. That's really, really good, and I like the artwork too, all the creatures attacking that pirate looking guy, well, matador looking kind of guy. That's pretty cool. So that's all the Guardian cards. We're going to look now at the Seeker cards. So we have Cryptographic Cipher. It's an item tool, cost of 3, it's an asset, it uses 3 secrets. Exhaust it, spend 1 secret, investigate, it gets, your location gets +1 shroud investigation. Okay, not sure why. And spend 1 secret, investigate, your location gets -2 shroud investigation. So I'm not sure why you want to give a location +1 shroud. Maybe want someone let me know in the comments why you want to do that. I don't know why you want to give location more shroud value, but okay. Okay, Cryptic Grimoire. This is a item Tomb of Cult for 3. Add 1 curse token to the chaos bag. If there are 10 curse tokens in the chaos bag, discard Cryptic Grimoire. Record your campaign log, you translate it with the Grimoire. Replace 5 curse tokens in the chaos bag with 5 blessed tokens. So that's a big risk, big reward kind of card. But we all like doing that, it's always fun. Deep Knowledge, cost 0, it's an event, insight, cursed. Additional cost, play Deep Knowledge, add 2 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Investigate locations, draw a combined total of 3 cards. You decide how many cards each investigator draws. That can be fun in a multiplayer game, saying you draw none, I draw 3. So the Seeker cards have a lot of cursed cards, so a lot of risk and reward style play with the Seeker. Plan of action is a skill practiced. If this skill test is during or before the first action of this term, plan of action gains the icons of agility and willpower. Between the first and third actions of the turn, draw a card if it succeeds. If it's during or after the third action of this turn, plan of action gains strength and lore, which is quite bizarre. Okay, sorry, not lore, intellect, I meant it wrong. So that's basically whenever you decide to play it, you get different bonuses. Really, really weird card, but it's interesting. Classic rogue card here, little pistol. 20-time automatic, its asset, cost 4 is quite high, it's got fast, uses 4 ammunition, I suppose having fast is pretty good. Spend 1 ammo to fight, if the attacked enemy is exhausted you get +2 and deal 1 damage for this attack, so that goes well for your evading skill. Also when you evade an enemy they exhaust, so you combine that with the automatic to do extra damage. We have Dark Ritual, it's a pretty cool card, the elder sign in the centre there. Ritual Curse, asset, cost of 1, seal up to 5 curse tokens. At the end of Mythos phase, you must either spend 1 resource or discard Dark Ritual. So obviously, you can't seal tokens that are already in the token bag. So I suppose you combine this with the Seeker card. You can basically put chaos tokens, so curse tokens into the bag, and take them out of this and seal them. It's a pretty cool idea. I hope you could seal more tokens though. It'd be pretty cool. Seal some -2s and 3s and 4s. That'd be pretty handy. Obfuscation. Can't say that. It's a asset for 2, it's a spell, it's fast, it uses 3 charges. When an enemy makes an attack opportunity against you, spend 1 charge, cancel that attack. That's good against certain nasty enemies that just want to fight you at all times when you fail. And we have an event, Faustian Bargain, it's a pact, it's cursed, additional cost, play Faustian Bargain, add 2 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Investigate your location, gain a total of 5 resources distributed as you wish. It's pretty good because, I mean, you're adding curse tokens, but there are ways to get around it. But they cost nothing. So this set seems like a big kind of risk and reward. The blessed. I mean, if you're playing with someone with Sister Mary and some of the other guys, she's going to be constantly adding blessed tokens, trying to bless everyone, and you're just going to keep cursing the bag non-stop and just driving her insane. Okay, now on to the Mystic cards. So we get some weird cards here. So we have the asset for 2, Sword Crane, item, relic, weapon, melee. It does not provoke attacks of opportunity, so it's pretty cool. After it enters play, immediately trigger its ability without paying its costs. Okay, so you can exhaust it, fight or evade. You may use your willpower in place of your strength for evade attack or evasion attempt. That is a really, really cool card. I like the idea of that. I always like using other stats in these different assets because obviously you're usually weak in strength and evade, so it's pretty handy. Tides of Fate, that's a really cool card. I love that light coming from the sky, that's really nice. Event for 1, Spell Blast, it's got fast, play during any action window or at the start of the round. Replace all cursed tokens in the chaos bag with an equal number of blessed tokens. At the end of the round, replace all blessed tokens in the chaos token bag with an equal number of cursed tokens. So, a lot of synergy with the other investigators. It's going to be messy around the chaos bag. You have to keep track of how many's in the chaos bag though for this. Next up, we have Ward of Radiance. It's an event for 0. It has Insight Blessed. It has Fast. Play an investigator at your location draws a non-weakness treachery card. Reveal 5 random chaos tokens from the chaos bag. If a blessed or if a blessed or that token is revealed, I thought it's called, cancel that treachery card's revelation effect. So that's pretty good. You can balance System Mary's ability. That's really handy. Promise of Power is a skill. Wow, you get 4 on there. That's pretty good. What's the drawback there? What's the drawback? Practice Curse. After you commit Promise of Power to a skill test, add 1 cursed token to the chaos bag. If you cannot, take 2 horror instead. It's not too bad for all them boosts there. It's a lot of boosts on the for a skill test. Okay, on to the survivor cards now. These are the last ones. So we have Token of Faith. It's an asset for 2. Item Charm. After the skill test ends in which 1 or more curse or fail tokens are revealed, exhaust Token of Faith. Add that many blessed tokens to the chaos bag. So that just kind of make you feel better if you do get a nasty token, the nasty chaos tokens. You can replace them with blessed tokens. The real liking this mechanic in the set, the blessed tokens and curse tokens. So, Keep Faith, it's event for 2, has Fortune and Blessed, it has Fast Play during any of that action window. Add 4 blessed tokens to the chaos bag. That seems simple enough, I like that, and that's a simple card. Predestined, it's nice artwork, that's planetary artwork. It is a skill, Fortune, Blessed, 1 per skill test. You may commit Predestined to any type of test. If a test fails, either add 2 blessed tokens to the chaos bag or remove 2 cursed tokens from the chaos bag. So it doesn't actually boost any skills on the skill test, it just lets you add or remove tokens from the chaos bag, which is handy anyway. Okay, Beloved, so strange. It's a skill card. It has Innate and Blessed. If a blessed token is revealed during this test, you may remove Beloved from the game and replace the token's effect with the following. You automatically succeed. Okay, that's a really good card. I like that. And lastly, we have a event, Tempt Fate. It's a Fortune Blessed Curse. This has got weird. Fast play during any action window. Add 3 curse tokens to the chaos bag, and then add 3 blessed tokens to the chaos bag and draw a card. Yeah, Tempt Fate. I like the yin yang style artwork. Makes sense. You kind of tempting fate by adding both sets of tokens. So we've done the player cards, we've done the investigators. I'll have a quick glance through the other cards. So we have 2 scenarios. We have Pit of Despair. We won't go through these too much because I don't want to ruin it. The Vanishing of Elena Harper. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of locations there. It's good stuff with the flooding mechanic. I'm assuming you've got to figure out the mystery for the town floods. I'm going to assume. For this, we have different sets. So I'm going to flip these quickly because I don't want to ruin it for you. So Weird Creature, the Amalgam, Elite Monster. Some really nice artwork, some nice grotesque, sea-like, rotting artwork. Some unsavoury characters of the town. She looks familiar, Joyce Little. The Priest of Dagon, Initiative of Dagon. So we've got lots of stuff to do with Dagon. Deep Ones, there's going to be a lot of deep, as you can see from the front cover of the box, a lot of Deep Ones in this set. Deep Ones are classic Lovecraft sort of fish mutant monsters. Winged Ones, that artwork's quite cool, that kind of weird stingray in the sky, that's really smart. Fog of Innsmouth, Macabre and Mento, Fractured Consciousness, and just these lastly, I don't know what that's set. Lots of treacheries. Oh, classic guy. He's on the Deep One Hybrid from Manchester Madness. Remember the artwork? That's a really weird guy put makeup on. Looks like a weird creature. Yeah, it's the idea the set was going to have was originally, it is, Innsmouth is basically a town that's been corrupted by, I think, some dude from the sea and the Deep Ones, and the townsfolk turn against you and it's like a riot and they are all after you. Give this sense of being trapped and being isolated and being alone, and everyone looking at you and watching you. So it's going to be really interesting to have that while you're trying to figure out the mystery of what's going on in the town. I'm going to put up a poll. All let me know in the comments. So I'm going to play this tomorrow. Which will be up to the video for tomorrow, and we're going to let you choose which investigator you want me to play with. So you're going to have Silas, Dexter, Trish, Amanda, or Sister Mary. I'll use the pre-con decks, I think, just to be safe. So let me know on the poll or comments what you want to see. And that's it for this revealing. Look forward to a playthrough tomorrow and more Lord of the Rings playthroughs and more Marvel Champions playthroughs. Leave a like, subscribe, get my subscriber count up. I appreciate that. Comment if you want any questions or suggestions, and that's it. Thanks for watching.